All right, I know these videos aren't hitting anyone yet. I mean, maybe they'll take off, so got some time still. But I feel like I'm gonna start cranking them out now because I want to kind of clarify things for people. Oh, Benny. So Benny's helping me out. Early voting polls and what they mean. Because they constantly change, and depending on which news channel you watch, Jesus. I mean, I don't know if any of you watched the Joe Rogan Experience. He had some guy on earlier, and he mentioned that he's a journalist, and I mean, he straight up said, if you believe anything on any mainstream media channel, Fox, CNN, whatever, and you don't verify yourself, then you're just fooling yourself. So another reason I'm making this channel, trying to, get some clarity to things. So early voting polls. Okay. Early voting polls are not based on who they are voting for because they are legally not allowed to release that information until certain states have certain timelines of when they can. So certain states aren't allowed to release those absentee votes counts until 7:30, some the day of, some not until every single district is closed. So it just, look up your individual state. But early voting, and I've read a couple NPR articles about it, and I have this ncls.org is the one that you can look at. It has all the states' absentee mail ballot processing and counting. So there's that for you. But early voting polls are just based on Democrats going in, Republicans going in. It's not who that person actually voted for. I mean, there's always, just because a Democrat goes in, they may have voted differently, or a Republican. So that's what I'm getting from that, because it's federal law. They can't even start, some states can't even start counting votes. It's more of just a verification process that starts, so it helps. But just watched a MS or a CNBC video, and the gentleman on there was talking about that since Trump had, it's not just Trump, it's both sides, voter fraud, blah, blah, and you see it all over, and you hear about it all over. People stealing votes, people throwing votes are found thrown away. Some place in California, the voting box got firebombed. Why is a voting box left unattended? California, man. No state should have that. No state, and why aren't people complaining? It blows my mind. So, but apparently 66 million have already voted early. And most of them are voting in public. So, and from what the gentleman said, it kind of makes me feel a little better that the election is probably going to be a little more concrete than what people expect. Because I know whoever wins, the other side is going to claim voting fraud, and our votes weren't counted. And whoever loses is going to bitch about it. So, but voting polls do not equal who they are voting for. So just remember that. And the NPR article I read, Democrats always vote early. And that's just what they have discovered over past elections. The Democrats, they tend to vote early. Most people do. And then on the voting day is when a lot of Republicans show up. So if you're a Biden guy, like I just watched one MSNBC video. Oh, what, Benny? He wants love. Biden apparently is ahead in Michigan just based on polls by a lot, like 16 points. But then, of course, if you turn over to Fox, they say the opposite. So whatever your take on it is, it doesn't necessarily mean that that person voted for that person. So just a little clarification there. Hopes that help everyone. So, and I think that's why I was a victim of it too in 2016, is I didn't understand what they were talking about. So, and 2016 was a disaster for the left. So I think everyone is really not paying attention to that. So, but anyways, that's all. I got to try and make these videos shorter, but I want to make sure I get all the information out. And I mean, if anyone ever has any information that factually backs up something, if I misquoted something or whatnot, please tell me. I'm more than willing to make another video recanting. So I'm not that stubborn type of person.